So here we are, Ringwall Media, over in the Collier St Mostyn Boxing Academy, ABC, whatever you want to call it, legendary boxing gym with the legendary Zelfa Barrett. All right, mate?
Zelfa Barrett in the world, I think.
So listen, cracking fight coming up for you. Tell us about it.
Yeah, man, good fight coming up, good title on the line. Yeah, man, I'm excited.
That was short and sweet, wasn't it? Come on. You must be excited to get back out and get back into that realm of world title challenges.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm in the ring with a good fighter. It's not a combat fight. It's a proper fight, and this is where I belong, and this is what I've been doing all my life. So I'm excited to go out in Cardiff and put out a performance.
Talking to Cardiff, you're on Joe Cordina's card. He's going to fight after you, so the two of you are going to be pretty much nose to nose afterwards, I should imagine, because you'll be wanting that fight, won't you?
Yeah, of course I want the winner, but Joe's got to do his thing, and we'll speak about it after the fight. But I've just got to handle my business, which I will do, and he's got to handle his.
Listen, it's a good month for the gym actually, because you got Niall Brown coming out on the Wasserman show. Lyndon's got a world title fight as well on the same show, and there's a few of the lads just come off a really good show over in the Bowlers. It's been a productive month so far. Yeah,
it's a busy gym. This is the kind of gym you want. Pat doesn't really get the credit he deserves, but he puts a lot into the fighters. Building his own little shows and whatever. So, yeah, man, it's a good little turnover, and they've got another show in May. So these guys will be training with me in camp with me. The back end of Lyndon's camp. So yeah, man, the gym's firing.
I was speaking to a couple of the lads here, and they were saying that you and Lyndon and Niall particularly have sort of upped your game now because you're in camp. Only a few weeks away from a fight. It seems to have lifted the whole gym.
Yeah, of course, because you're in a kind of a not ticking over more, but you're in training still, and certain things, certain assets change. So when you've got an opponent, and you've got a fight, and you've got a date, your game rises naturally. So now we're all in camp. Well, I'm in camp, properly camp, and now I know I've got a fight, and I've got an opponent who really wants to try and beat me.
You're always in camp.
Yeah, I know. I'm always in camp, but it's my level just steps up a bit more. So I'm ready to go out and win.
We see some good sparring this morning, in particularly Niall Brown. He really seems to have just found his feet now, doesn't he?
Niall's very good. He's one of the best up and coming fighters. That are from that little era, and people will see him when he fights, and he can do everything. He's a good fighter, man.
It's going to be a good atmosphere because, because Bolton, that venue is like a bit of a cauldron, really. Probably 1,500 to 2,000 people on the night will be there, and Niall and Lyndon are going to have a real good support from the local guys, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. Everyone supports each other in Manchester, so it doesn't matter who's fighting. You don't really know him. Someone's brother's cousin. Brother will know him, so that means you know him. So it's gonna be a wicked night, man.
Of course, the best fighter in Manchester, taking a real good following down to Cardiff.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's gonna be, we'll get London's fight out of the way, and then then we'll all jump on my bus and head down there, and get a spectacular win, and then we move forward from there.
Spectacular win, is that what you're going for?
Of course, I'm going for a win. I'm gonna win. Alex is a good fighter. Of course, he's gonna train hard and do what he has to do to try and win, but there's levels in this boxing. I've not been European champion for a reason. I've been European champion, fought for a world title, been Commonwealth champion. There's levels in this boxing game, and Alex is a good fighter, a very good fighter. I'm not taking nothing away from him. He's a very good fighter, so am I. And I know where I need to be.
Now listen, did you watch Jake Paul, Tommy Fury at the weekend? And if you did, what do you think? Because there's so many different opinions of it.
Yeah, I watched it. Tommy done well. A lot of people. I feel like there's a lot of hate going on. Listen, what did they say? Any press is good press. YouTube fighters are good for the sport, because when people that follow them YouTubers and then they look up into boxing and realise how hard you really have to train and how people dedicate their life, they bring in new fans into the sport all the time. So a guy that's watched Jake Paul all his life and found boxing and then looked into it, and he might like Evander Holyfield. I'm like, wow. And then so that's a new fan. So and yeah, it's good for the sport of boxing, you know. And people are saying, oh, it's ruining the sport and whatever. Listen, it's putting bums in seats. And, you know, I've seen a little quote saying, Badu Jack and that guy, that was a world title fight. But, you know, listen, they're not bringing as much revenue as them. So, you know, like, but it's what it is, you know. It's there's fours and there's against, so it is what it is, you know. And it's just good to get people into boxing and good for people to respect boxing.
Tell you what, talking of Badu Jack, he did well to win that world title, didn't he?
He was, listen, I thought that guy was winning. He was catching him, like them little touch shots and little backhands and whatever. He really was catching Badu Jack. So, you know, he pulled out the bag but yeah.
39 years old as well.
Yeah, man, one of the oldest world champions. So he done well, man. But yeah, I thought it was a good win for Thomas, you know, and he moves forward now. I knew Tommy used to come here. He used to come here, man. He used to train here. Weird. I call him Thomas. I don't even call him Tommy. His name's Thomas. Thomas. That's what I've been calling him not all his life, but ever since he's been here.
So here's a question for you. So if Jake gets on the telephone and says, right, Zelfa, you're a world champion now. I want to fight a world champion. There's 10 million quid in the pot. Are you going to fight him or not?
It's not. Nah, I'm a professional fighter. Like, you know, I lived this life. I've been doing it since I was about 8, younger, about 5 actually. So, you know, I wouldn't. That's a bit disrespectful to try and, you know what I mean, try and call out, you know, someone who's really has been on this journey, lost people on the way on the journey, you know, like really is a boxer.
We can see it coming. It's going to happen. He's going to call out a world champion, or one of them is at some point, and someone will take the money, and that devalues boxing, in my opinion, anyway.
I don't know. I don't think he will, because like I said, I have, and them fighters that are world champions, they've dedicated and sacrificed a lot to get to where they are. So to give another man the opportunity, whatever money it is, to be like, nah, I've worked all my life to get where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to earn to fight for this title. Like, I earned, no one didn't give me this. I had to earn it. So you have to earn it. And that's, you know, that's the way I would be like that anyway. Other people might have different views, but
I knew you were going to say that, and I'm glad you did.
A lot of people will say, I think, you know, having money is great, but it doesn't make you happy. You understand? So I'd rather be known as a great boxer, a great asset to the sport, and one of the best in Manchester, one of the best fighters. I wouldn't want to.
Hang on, you told me you were the best fighter in Manchester, not one of them.
About in the whole of your Michael Brodys, your Ricky Attons, my Uncle Pat, Jamie Moores, Anthony Collars, you know, that era, you know what I mean? Like, the Murray brothers, like, you know, I'm up there now. I've been European champion. My face can go on that poster. Have you seen that poster? Yeah. So my face can go on that. So I wouldn't want to let my name down, my family name down, by doing something like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. Like, I'm all for, like, the YouTube boxing, and it's bringing in revenue. You know, it's all about being successful. It's all about making it and you know, looking after your family. People are doing that and looking after the family, so I'm all for that. You know what I mean? I'm not for negativity, and if people are making money, and let them do it, man. You know what I mean? Because, you know, everybody has to eat and everyone has to make it at some point. So I'm all for that. So, but, you know, when there's like certain choices that people can make, and if you're in it, you can be in it for the wrong reasons. But yeah.
Now listen, let's finish on a positive, because obviously Lyndon's got a world title fight finally. Very well deserved. He's got Brian Suarez, I believe, 19 fights, 17 KOs. It's going to be a real tough fight, but it is a world title fight, never an easy one. What do you think Lyndon's got to do to take that title over in Bolton?
Just got to be himself, and just got to be focused and keep doing what he's doing. You know, and he'll win. You can't take your eye off the ball with this guy, because he's a dangerous man. You know, he's only defeated, been knocked out, and he's a good fighter. He beat him, southpaw. I don't know if he's Cuban or not. I don't know, but I've seen him. He's good. That's the guy who beat him. He's a good fighter.
He's Argentinian, I think.
He's Argentinian, and he's undefeated. So you know, I just believe that if he's focused, which he will be, and he excels how he should excel, he'll win the fight and just be focused every single round. He can't switch off with this guy because he's got power, and you know, and he's there. He's from a country where you know it's tough upbringing. You know, so he's not there to. He don't care about cameras. They don't care about it. He's there to win. You know what I mean? This ain't nobody just to knock over. You know, he's there to win. So you know, it's a good fight for boxing, but it's a good fight for Lyndon.
Well, listen, 22nd of April is it for yourself? Few tickets available still?
Yeah, get my tickets this week. You know, I've got a few orders and whatnot, so I keep posting it. People are getting at me, so yeah, it's going to be a great night of boxing. You know, live on DAZN, Matchroom, co-main event, and the new.
And the new Zelfa, cracking morning. Nice to speak to you again, mate.
Thank you, appreciate it. Nice one.